All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Lunar Flow. Today is the first day of July, which is, wow, time certainly flies, huh? So today is the third quarter moon. The moon is in Aries, which actually is really interesting because the sun is in Cancer. So we have two pretty opposing, honestly, opposite signs, actually, at the moment. So today we're going to work with balance a little bit more. So just the idea of balance and how we can incorporate more balance into our lives and practice that on the mat as well. So find a comfortable seated position on your mat. You can sit on the edge of a block or a blanket or a pillow. Keeping the eyes closed or a soft gaze open. And just tuning into the breath, tuning into what is going on in our inner world. Noticing the belly expanding on every inhale. Noticing the belly hugging the spine on every exhale. Relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. Relaxing the jaw, separating the teeth. Tuning into what is happening right now. And along with the breath, noticing what sensations are present in the body. And along with the idea of balance, noticing what more pleasant sensations are in the body, as well as noticing what unpleasant sensations may be in the body. And noticing how both can be present at the same time. Can you stay with where the sensations are without trying to make them go away? And just see what happens if you can follow them through their path. And along with the breath, along with the sensations in the body, just noticing what is coming up in the mind. Not judging or labeling what's coming up as good or bad, right or wrong. Simply just observing what is present. And along with this awareness, setting an intention for your practice this evening. What is it that you want to embody on the mat? Is there a way that we can achieve both inner and outer balance on and off of the mat? How balance is what gives harmony to our life. We can't have the dark without the light. We can't have the light without the dark. We can't have the sun without the moon without the sun. Setting an intention for how you can embody more balance on the mat this evening, but also how we can embody this off of the mat. And on the next breath, you can gently open the eyes. Just start rolling the shoulders, adding a soft movement up and down. And then you can reverse the shoulder rolls. And then bring the arms out to the side and just gently twist to the right, only as far as you feel comfortable. Inhale back to center, exhale to the left. Inhale center, exhale left. And continue doing a few more rounds of twist with your own breath. Taking your time, no need to rush here. Finding that balance of a pace that works for us with our breath. And wherever you are, gently coming back to center, we'll release the arms down. Come onto your hands and your knees, getting ready for a few rounds of cat and cow. So coming onto your hands and your knees, shoulders stacked over the wrist, knees stacked underneath the hips, keep the gaze down. Inhale as you bring the navel towards the mat, bring the gaze up into cow. Exhale as you round the spine, bringing the gaze to the navel. Inhale, navel moving towards the mat. And exhale, round the spine into cat. Continue doing a few more rounds of cat and cow with your own breath, your own pace. Finding that balance that works for you in this moment. And if you want to add a rhythm of breath here, you can inhale as you move into cow and exhale as you move into cat. Adding some movement to the spine, some mobility. Feel free to add any movements that feel good for you. You can move your hips in circles, gaze back at the heels, perhaps flipping the wrists, whatever feels good to you. Maybe even moving the neck in circles if that feels good to you. And gently come back to tabletop and come down into child's pose, taking a moment of rest. Bringing the forehead down to the mat. But make it a little bit more of an active child's pose by coming onto the fingertips, releasing the shoulders away from the mat. Activating those shoulders, strengthening those arms. And on the next breath, gently come up into downward dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathing here, the tailbone is reaching up towards the sky. Outward rotation of the shoulders, bringing the inner elbows facing one another. Fingers are spread apart, really rooting down in those inner corners of both of your hands, relaxing the head and neck down. Nodding the head yes. Shaking the head no. Look to the front of your mat. Gently walk your feet to your hands. When you get to the top, grab opposite elbows, coming into ragdoll. You can bend the knees if that feels good to you. Feel free to swing left and right, opening up some space in the lower back. Let the head and the neck relax here, and bring the weight more into the balls of your feet, getting that hamstring stretch. Back to the calves, possibly. And relax the arms down to the mat and slowly, slowly, slowly roll up. One vertebra at a time. Standing tall in mountain pose, Tadasana, arms to the side. Look at your feet. Make sure that your feet are coming closer so your toes together, your heels can be slightly apart. Arms to the side, shoulders away from the ear. Standing tall, root down through all edges of both of your feet. That breath is really coming more from the belly, so we're really using that deep abdominal breath here. And if your eyes are closed, blink the eyes open. We will start our Surya Namaskar A, sun salutations. Inhale as you sweep the arms up to the sky, gaze up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale as you forward fold and hinging at the hips. Uttanasana. Inhale as you rise up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana, hands on shins or fingertips on the mat. Keep the gaze down, crown of the head is long. Exhale as you forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise up all the way to standing, Urdhva Hastasana, gaze up. Palms down at the heart and at the side. And building on further, inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, gaze up at the palms. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, as you bend both knees, plant both hands. Bring the left foot back. Bring the right foot back. Coming into a high plank, shoulders over the wrists. Engage that core. Lower the tailbone a tiny bit so that you're in one long line. Reaching the heels back behind you, shoulders away from the ears. Engage that core, hugging the belly to the spine. Breathing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hips go to the sky, downward dog. Breathing here. Let the head and the neck relax. Feel free to pedal the feet, wagging the tail, getting comfortable in this downward dog. On the next breath, look to the front of your mat. Simply jump your feet to your hands. Inhaling halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold Uttanasana. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing Urdhva Hastasana. Gaze up at the palms. Palms down at the heart and at the side. And building on even further, inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Gaze up. Exhale, forward fold Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant both hands, bend both knees, bring the left foot back. Bring the right foot back, coming once again into a high plank. Engage that core, breathing here. 4, 5. 4, keep that breath moving. 3, 2, 1. Listen carefully, lower all the way down. Keeping the palms where they are, untuck the toes. Slide the hands about 6 inches in front of you. You're in kind of a sphinx pose here. The shoulders are directly over the wrists. Keep the gaze down. Breathing here, doing a little bit of a back bend in our lower back, lumbar spine. Keep the chin tucked to the heart. Roll the right ear to the right shoulder. Tuck the chin back to center. Roll the left ear to the left shoulder. Tuck the chin back to center. Breathing here. Slide the hands ever so slightly towards you, maybe 2, 3 inches. Inhale as you lift the elbows up, baby cobra. Breathing here, keep that gaze down. And exhale as you lower all the way down. Slide those hands directly back underneath the shoulders. Squeeze those elbows in. Tuck the toes. Lift the knees up. Squeeze the whole body together as you push back up, high plank. And exhale as you go back downward dog. Breathing here. Relaxing the head and neck down. Nodding the head, yes. Shaking the head now. Look to the front of your mat. Step or jump your feet to your hands. Inhaling halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold Uttanasana. Inhale, rise up to standing. Excuse me. Palms up in the sky, gaze up. Excuse me, everyone. Palms down at the heart. And at the side. And again, inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, gaze up. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant both hands. Bring your left foot back. Bring your right foot back. Coming back into a high plank. I'm allergic to something in here right now. Option here to come down into cobra or shift the shoulders past the wrist, coming into Chaturanga Dandasana, staff pose. Inhaling the heart through upward dog or cobra, and exhaling as we go back into downward dog. Breathing here. And just noticing what's coming up in the body. How can you balance what is coming up right now? If you're feeling something unpleasant, can you seek something pleasant right now? Breathing here. On the next breath, look to the front of your mat. Step or adjust your feet to your hands. Inhaling halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up to standing, Urdhva Hastasana. Gaze up at the palms. Palms down at the heart. And at the side. And again, inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Gaze up. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga or Cobra, going through your full vinyasa in your own way. You can always skip vinyasa and go straight to downward dog, or child's pose is always available to you. Breathing here. We're going to do one more full vinyasa. Letting the head and neck relax here. Nodding the head yes. Shaking the head no. Look to the front of your mat. Step or jump your feet to your hands. Inhaling halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Urdhva Hastasana, gaze up. Palms down at the heart. And at the side. Take a moment just to stand tall, just noticing what is coming up in the body. Coming up with the breath before we do our final Surya A. Inhale, sweep the arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, step or jump back, moving through your vinyasa. We'll all meet back in downward dog. Staying in downward dog for 3 full breaths in your own timing. Breath or your last breath that you're on, just bring the knees down, come down into child's pose once again. Taking a moment to collect the breath, to notice what is coming up. And on the next breath, gently rise back up into downward dog. Look to the front of your mat. Step or jump your feet to your hands. Inhaling halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise up to standing, Urdhva Hastasana. Gaze up at the palms. Palms down at the heart. And at the side. So moving into Surya B. You want the feet together, the heels together, everything squeezing together. Sit back as if you're in a chair, sweep the arms back, sitting back in that chair, kind of like you're skiing almost. And sweep the arms up in front of you, coming into Utkatasana. Gently check that your knees are back beyond your toes. See if you can open up the heart more and sit back as if you're on a chair that is sliding back and you're trying to just touch the end of it. Breathing here. See if you can sink a little bit deeper. Opening up the heart. On the next breath, exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga or Cobra, moving through your vinyasa. And exhaling back into downward dog. When you get into downward dog, float that right leg up to the sky. Shift forward, bringing your right knee to your nose. Hover here for just a moment, engage in that core. And then bring that right foot down to the mat. Lower that left foot down, rising up into warrior one. Your right knee is over that right ankle. Peel that outer left edge of your left foot on the mat. Arms can be shoulders width apart, or you can bring palms together above your head. Breathing here, engage that core. Stand strong in both of those feet. And exhale as you bring the arms down around your right foot. Take a deep inhale here. And exhale as you bring that right foot back to meet your left foot, coming back into your high plank. Option to vinyasa, or go straight back into downward dog. Building up that yang energy, taking advantage of that third quarter moon phase that we're in, especially in Aries, which is a very fiery, action-oriented sign. When you're in downward dog, float that left leg up to the sky. Shift forward, bringing your left knee to your nose. Hover here, engage in that core, and then bring that left foot down on the mat. Lower that right foot down, rising up into warrior one, other side. Peel that outer edge of that right foot onto the mat. Stand strong and rooted in both feet. Breathing here, option to have arms, shoulders width apart, or you can bring palms together, gaze up. Engage in that core. On the next breath, bring both palms down around that left foot. Use the core to bring your left foot to meet your right foot, coming back into your high plank, and shift forward into Cobra or Chaturanga, or just move back into downward dog. Child's pose is always available to you. Letting the head and neck relax in downward dog wherever you are. Look to the front of your mat, step or jump your feet to your hands. Inhaling halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, sit back, Utkatasana, awkward chair pose. Breathing here, sitting back. See if you can open up that heart just a little bit. See if you can sit back even more. Breathing here, keeping that core engaged. And inhale as you straighten the legs, palms together up overhead. Exhale as the palms come down to the heart and to the side. Take a moment just to notice what is coming up right now. In the breath, in the body, and in the mind. Where can you find balance right now in this moment? Even if that just means, like literally, by standing Finding that center of gravity so that you feel balanced. All right, on the next breath, bring your left knee up to floating. Finding that balance here, really rooting down into that right foot. Bringing the palms together at the heart. On the next breath, see if you can gently float that left leg back, coming into warrior 3. Virabhadrasana 3. Keep the palms together at the heart. You can float the arms back into airplane. See if you can gently lower that left hip so that it's parallel to the mat. Woo. Breathing here, if you have a wall, feel free to use it to balance. Breathing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Float that left leg gently back. Don't catapult it like I did. And just gently let yourself forward fold, bending the knees. Coming into a gentle forward fold. Coming into the balls of your feet, feeling that in the hamstrings. Letting the head and neck relax. So on the next breath, slowly lower up 1 vertebra at a time. When you get to the top, shrug the shoulders up to the ears and back down. Time to switch to the other side. So this time, root into the left foot, pick up that right foot. So the right knee is floating. Find balance here. Palms together at the heart. And on the next breath, seeing if you can do this without the right foot touching the floor, but it's okay if it does. Swing that right foot back, coming into warrior 3. And see if you can gently lower that right hip down so it's parallel to the mat. You can move your arms in whatever way feels comfortable for you. Woo. See, even I'm falling out of it. Breathing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently bend that right knee as you bring it back forward and let yourself just forward fold. Just melt forward. Bringing the hands down to the mat, bending the knees so that the chest is on the thighs. Letting the head and neck relax, separating the teeth. Now on the next breath, plant the hands down. Bring that left foot back to the mat. Bring that right foot back and lower all the way down. Bringing one ear to the mat, relaxing both hands to the side, relaxing both feet. Noticing what the breath feels like on this side. Feeling our navel pushing away the mat on every inhale. Our navel hugging the mat on every exhale. On the next breath, bring the chin to the mat. Bring the feet together, zipping up the heels together, the toes together. Bring both palms facing down, touching the mat next to your hips. Engage that core, so planting that upper pelvic area, so the upper pubic area onto the mat. Engaging that core, pretending like there's a mouse underneath your belly button and you're trying not to crush that mouse. Engaging the core, keeping the gaze down, squeezing everything here Inhaling as you bring the arms up, the legs up, the shoulders up. Shalabhasana, breathing here, flying locust. Breathing here, keep that breath going for 5, 4, lift those arms higher. 3, lift those legs higher. 2, 1. Come all the way down, other ear down to the mat. Feel free to windshield wipe the legs. Back and forth. To open up the hips, the lower back. And lower the legs. Once again, zip up the body like one long zipper. Toes together, heels together. Plant both palms down next to the hips, touching the mat, palms down. Engage the core, hugging that pubic bone to the mat. Hollowing out underneath that belly button. So engaging that core, protecting that mouse underneath our belly button. Inhale as you bring everything back up. Keep the gaze down. The crown is long and in front of you. The neck is long. Breathing here for 5. Lift those hands higher. 4. Lift those legs higher. 3. 2. Lift everything higher. And 1. Lower all the way down, bringing the opposite ear down. You can windshield wipe the legs once again. So finding balance, right, at our core here, symbolically. And our core is also where our solar plexus is, where our personal power is, the seat of our personal power, where our Agni is, our inner fire. So really strengthening that core here, which is responsible for a lot of our balance. All right, on the next breath, chin back to the mat. You know the drill, zip up the body. Everything is zipped up. Engage that core, hollowing out underneath the belly button for that mouse that we're protecting, palms down. Inhale as you bring everything up here. Engage that core. Option here, you can come into Superman locust, arms out in front of you. Keep the gaze down, breathing here for 10. Keep that breath moving. 9, lift those hands higher. 8, lift those legs higher. 7, 6, keep that breath moving. We're almost there. 5, 4, lift the hands higher. 3, lift the legs higher. 2, everything higher. And 1, let everything come down. Great job. Bring the palms back beneath the shoulders and gently come back into child's pose. Taking a moment to tune into what is happening. You can roll the forehead left and right if that feels good to you. On the next breath, gently roll up one vertebra at a time. When you get to the top, roll the shoulders up to the ears and back down. Take your hips off to one side. Bring your legs out in front of you. Paschimottanasana. If you have a blanket, a block, or a pillow, you can sit on the edge of that to elevate the hips, release any lower back tension. Flex your feet. Legs out in front of you, sitting tall. Float the arms to frame the ears. Inhale everything up. Exhale as you forward fold. And just let yourself melt forward. We're transitioning into the yin phase, right? So letting go of that Aries that we are having the moon in. Let's tune into that sun energy of Cancer. Let's just receive and let ourselves fold forward. If you even want to place a block or a pillow on your knees to let yourself fold over, it's a great time to do so. Let's place something to allow yourself to just relax. relaxing the jaw, separating the teeth. Just noticing what's coming up for you, noticing the breath here, noticing what sensations are present in the body, and noticing what thoughts are coming up for us. And tuning in with that intention that we set at the beginning of class. Also asking ourselves where we can find balance in this moment. Allow yourself to just be right now. There's nowhere else that you need to be. There's nothing else that you need to be right now. Just simply lie forward. Let the head and the neck relax. Just be where you are right now.
I wonder why you didn't ask. She was sleeping in your clothes, but now she's got the bitter glance. How dare you? How could you?
On the next breath, gently roll up, one vertebra at a time. When you get to the top, shrug the shoulders up to the ears. And back down. You can set aside any props for the moment. We're going to open up the legs into a wide V. So you can go as wide as you are comfortable going. You don't need to go super wide. You can go as comfortable as you want to go. You can sit on the edge of a blanket still. That feels so good. You can also put a pillow or a blanket in front of you, something for you to lay on. We're going to be here for a little bit, just like we were before, so whatever feels comfortable for you. Float the arms to frame the ears. Inhale the crown of the head up. Exhale as you forward fold. Let yourself just fold forward, letting the arms land where they will. You can use a prop to lay your head on. Whatever feels good to you. We're not forcing the hips to hinge forward. We're allowing our natural space that we have right now. We're allowing ourselves to really get into that. So no forcing or restraining as we are embodying our yin energy in this moment, the energy of being, of receiving. So just simply let yourself fall forward.
Didn't choose to change. You might not wanna lose your power. The power isn't pain.
And if the mind wanders, just simply coming back to what is happening with the breath, what is happening with the body, the mind. And on the next breath, slowly roll up, one vertebra at a time. When you get to the top, shrug the shoulders up to the ears and back down. You can move your prop off to the side for just a moment. As you invert the feet, bringing both feet together, coming into Baddha Konasana, round angle. You can bring the feet as close or as far away from you as is comfortable. If you have more open hips right now, you can open up the feet like a book, holding on wherever is comfortable, adding length to the spine, reaching the crown of the head up to the sky, inhaling up further, exhaling as you forward fold. And feel free to bring a prop again to allow yourself to lay forward. Relaxing the jaw, relaxing the teeth. On the next breath, slowly start to roll up, one vertebra at a time. When you get to the top, shrug the shoulders up to the ears and back down. You can remove any props from your view for the moment and come all the way down onto your back. Feel free to move any blankets aside, unless you want to lay on the edge of the pillow or blanket. Coming onto your back. When you come to your back, you can hug the knees into the chest, giving yourself a tight squeeze. Feel free to rock left and right, massaging the spine. You can even move the knees in circles if that feels good to you. And reversing direction. And if you are not pregnant or planning on getting pregnant, then you can roll your knees off to the left side, coming into a spinal twist. If you are pregnant or trying to get pregnant, you can just simply squeeze the left knee into the body, coming into Apanasana. If you are in the spinal twist, float the right arm up to the sky, peel the right shoulder blade and arm down, and see if you can let the left hand relax, just coming into a natural twist. We're not straining or forcing anything right now. Gaze can be where it's comfortable for you. And if the mind wanders, just coming back to the breath or the sensations in the body. And if you're in a twist, gently bringing both feet back down onto the mat. If you are doing Apanasana, just squeezing both knees into the chest. If you came out from the twist, just gently push into the feet, lifting the hips off from the mat to neutralize the spine and lower the hips back down. We'll all bring our knees to our chest, giving ourselves a tight hug, rocking left and right, massaging the spine. And then if you are pregnant or trying to get pregnant, this time hold on to your right knee or your other knee as you extend the other leg down. Or if you are coming into a twist, roll all the way to your right side. This time peeling that left shoulder blade down as you float that left arm to the sky and bringing that whole left arm down. Let the right arm relax, just coming into a natural twist. We're not straining or forcing anything right now. Bringing awareness to the breath. then on the next breath, if you're in a twist, gently bringing both feet back down on the mat. Push into the feet to lift the hips off the mat just for a moment to neutralize the spine. We'll all bring both of our knees back together, hugging the knees to the chest, rocking left and right one last time, massaging the spine. And then opening up into happy baby, grabbing the outsides of both feet, the ankles, the big toes, rocking left and right if that feels good for you. And then doing any last movements that you need for your practice or coming down, final pose of Shavasana. Arms out to the sides, legs out in front of you. Grabbing any props that you need, perhaps a blanket or a pillow, whatever feels good to you. Slowly start to deepen the breath, bringing movement into the body. Wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes, stretching the arms up overhead, the legs out in front of you. And when you're ready, rolling over onto either side, coming into a fetal position, taking a moment to collect the breath here, to start anew. And when you're ready, coming back onto your mat in a comfortable seated position, whether that's on a prop to elevate the hips or whatever is comfortable for you. Bringing the palms together at the heart, gently tucking the chin in, bowing our head forward. Giving gratitude to ourselves for showing up to our yoga practice. Giving gratitude to our mind, our body, our breath, our spirit. And giving gratitude to those in our lives that show up for us and care for us. And focusing on the heart space in this moment, we have more room in our heart today, in this moment, expanding this gratitude, compassion, and love to our local community, our city, our neighbors. Perhaps if we have more room, out to the whole state, the whole country. And imagine that gratitude like a shining light, spreading even further, if we have room, to the whole world, the whole universe, bathing the whole universe in a white light of gratitude, compassion. And tuning back into that intention that you set at the beginning of class, knowing that our intention doesn't just stay on the yoga mat, it leaves with us out into our everyday lives. I thank each and every one of you for practicing with me. It is always an honor to share this practice with you. Namaste. Thank you. Have a wonderful rest of the evening.